Shadowrun. It's the first game playable on Xbox 360 and Windows Vista at the same time. Here's Todd playing on Windows Vista. Well, I think. You can see the Shadowrun blends ancient magic, modern weapons, and advanced technology. Todd just shot an elf. There are 4 different races in the game: elf, dwarf, troll, and human, each with their own innate abilities. And then on top of that, each round, you can buy different magical abilities or technological abilities or weapons, so that over the course of the game, you can actually grow your character. It's kind of like a role-playing game on speed. And each round you can grow your character in sort of the direction you want to take that character. Maybe somebody who's really good at going solo and stealthing around, or maybe doing defense. Like nice. Like Todd right now just looked through the ceiling, and then teleported through the ceiling, and is totally turning guys off. You're awesome today.
Now these RPG elements, is that something that accrues as part of your outside the game as well? So when I come back, some of those cool weapons or things I unlock I have in the next game, or is it just within each round?
No, it's just within each session. So there are X number of rounds in a session. It's the best of 6.
Okay.
Right? Or the first team to get to 6 wins. Right? But each round, based on what I did the previous round, I can buy new and better things. So, for example, we reward you not only for killing like other games, but also for delivering this artifact to the location where it needs to be, but also team-based things. For example, this is a tree of life right here, and when I stand under it, I heal. But if the enemy stands under it, they heal. Right? So there's a lot of tactics in the game that way, decisions that you have to be made. But when if somebody uses my tree, I get money for healing the enemy. Or also, one of the things that Todd can do is he can raise the dead. Like, for example, on a defensive magic, I'll show you next round. On a defensive magic, I can summon these magical crystals. And so you can block doorways, block access and egress, but you could also throw these crystals under somebody and trap them in them. Meanwhile, you're lobbing grenades on top of them. Well, from a defensive point of view, you could, summon a tree, stand under it, so you can heal. You can summon these crystals then, and put up a defensive wall in front of you. But in later rounds, you can't see. There's an example of the crystals, right? If you were trapped in there, that would be bad for you.
And how long will those stick around?
Until they're destroyed. Or until a dwarf comes up and magically dissipates them. Dwarves, for example, are anti-magic creatures, and they suck the magic out of the environment. So if he walks up to a tree of life, for example, and enters his eyes, or he walks up to one of these crystals, then they shrink.
So now, how do you balance the magic? Like, if you have mana or magic points, or how does that?
So right here on this side of the screen, this is your essence with a capital E, and this is your magical ability. And as you can see up here, each of the magical abilities costs a certain amount of essence. So what happens is, for example, the teleport spell takes 3 pips. So you can see I can teleport once or twice before I have to redo it. But as I put tech on my character, for example, the glider, it removes some of my magical ability, right? Also, for certain things like the Tree of Life or some of the other abilities where I'm summoning something into existence, I have to invest my magic in that, and those are blocked off to me, so I can't teleport as much. Exactly right. So there's all sorts of different ways that we balance
strategy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this game is for clever players, and the thing is, it's never the same game twice. There's all these different types of tech and magic, and not only that, there's the magical races and the weapons. We figured it out. There's about 4 million different combinations of what you can do in this game. And that means that it never plays exactly the same way twice, and you're always on the edge of your seat with this game, because you can see how 3-dimensional it is. When I can teleport through walls and through floors and through the ceiling, and I can see through walls and stuff, I'm never safe. And so I'm constantly, my heart's racing just a little bit, and one person against 5 can win if he's clever.